Most people work hard for money, but the rich, they make money work for them. Ever wonder how they do it? It's not magic, and it's not about being lucky. It's about a fundamental shift in how you see the world of finance. In this video, we're diving deep into the wisdom of Robert Kiyosaki, the legendary author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We'll explore his powerful principles on how to master money, escape the dreaded rat race, and build wealth that lasts for generations. These aren't just quick tips. They're profound mindset shifts that have the power to completely transform your financial life forever. So, if you're ready to stop trading your time for money and start building real freedom, stick around. You won't want to miss this. It all starts in your head. Kiyosaki's biggest lesson begins with your mindset. He famously contrasts two father figures in his life. His poor dad, who was his biological father, was highly educated and believed in the traditional path. Get a stable job, earn a steady paycheck, and save what you can. Sound familiar? It's what most of us are taught. Then there was his rich dad, his best friend's father. Rich Dad had a completely different philosophy. He believed in acquiring assets that generate cash flow. The core difference is simple but life-changing. Poor Dad worked for money. Rich Dad made money work for him. To truly master your finances, you must make this critical shift from an employee mindset, where your time is your only currency, to an investor mindset, where your money becomes your hardest working employee. Think about it. What did school actually teach you about money? Most of us learned how to get a job to earn an income, but we learned almost nothing about how to manage it, grow it, or make it work for us. Kiyosaki argues that financial education is the absolute foundation of wealth. Without it, you're just playing a game where you don't know the rules. The most important rule is understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. It's incredibly simple. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. For example, that brand new car you just bought might feel like an asset. It's valuable, right? But in reality, it's a liability. Every month, it costs you money in payments, insurance, gas, and maintenance. It's constantly taking money out of your pocket. Now, what about a rental property that brings in monthly rent, or stocks that pay you dividends, or a small business you own that generates profit? Those are assets. They put money into your pocket, month after month. The goal, according to Kiyosaki, is elegantly simple. Dedicate your life to collecting more assets and reducing your liabilities. That's the core strategy. Are you familiar with the term the rat race? It's that exhausting cycle where your only source of income is your job. You trade your precious time for money, and as your income goes up, what usually happens? Your expenses rise right along with it. You get a raise, so you buy a bigger house or a nicer car. You're working harder than ever, but you're not getting any closer to freedom. You're just running faster on the same hamster wheel. Kiyosaki's solution to escaping this trap is to build passive income. This is money that flows to you from your investments and entrepreneurial ventures, whether you're actively working or not. Once your monthly passive income from your assets exceeds your monthly expenses, congratulations, you are officially financially free. You no longer have to work for money. You work because you want to. That's the ultimate goal. Here's a key truth. Wealth isn't about how much you earn at your job. It's about how much of that money you keep, and more importantly, how hard that money works for you. The first practical step is to track your cash flow every single month. You need to know exactly where your money is going. Ask yourself two critical questions. First, how much money is coming in from my assets? This could be rent, dividends, business profits, anything. Second, how much money is going out for my liabilities? This includes your mortgage, car payments, credit card debt, and subscriptions. The rich laser focus on growing their cash-flowing assets. We're talking about real estate, businesses, royalties, and other investments that pay you even when you're sleeping. Your mission is to make that asset income column grow bigger and bigger. Now, let's talk about debt, because not all debt is created equal. Kiyosaki makes a crucial distinction between good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is what most people are familiar with. It's debt used to buy things that lose value or don't generate income. Think credit card debt for a vacation, a loan for a fancy car, or financing for a new TV. It just makes you poorer. Good debt, on the other hand, is used to buy assets that make you richer. This could be a loan to purchase an investment property that generates rental income, or financing for business equipment that increases your company's profits. The rich have mastered the art of using other people's money, like from banks or investors, to acquire assets and accelerate their wealth. The poor, in contrast, use their own hard-earned money, or worse, they borrow to buy liabilities that dig them into a deeper hole. To build wealth, you need to understand the different ways money can come to you. Kiyosaki teaches the cash flow quadrant, which outlines 4 types of income. First is E for earned income. This is money from your job, where you're an employee. It's the most common, but also the most highly taxed and least secure. Second is P for portfolio income, which comes from paper assets like stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Third, and perhaps most important, is I for passive income. This is income from assets like real estate or businesses that you own but don't have to manage day to day. Finally, there's C for capital gains, which is the profit you make from selling an investment for more than you paid for it. The wealthy focus their energy on generating portfolio and passive income. Start small. You don't need a fortune to begin. It could be a side business, an online brand, or saving up for your first rental property. Over time, these income streams are what build true financial freedom. Let's face it, taxes are one of the biggest expenses in anyone's life. But here's another secret of the wealthy. Kiyosaki says, the rich don't evade taxes. They use the tax code legally to their advantage. The tax laws are written to incentivize certain behaviors. The government rewards people who invest in assets that grow the economy, things like real estate, which provides housing, renewable energy projects, or businesses that create jobs. By owning corporations and investing strategically in these government-favored assets, the rich can legally and significantly reduce their tax burden. This isn't about finding shady loopholes. It's about financial intelligence. Learning how the tax system actually works is a non-negotiable part of mastering your money. Don't let taxes be your biggest silent partner. Finally, remember that mastering money isn't a one-time achievement. It's a lifelong journey of learning. The rich are constantly educating themselves. They read books, they find mentors, and most importantly, they learn from real-world experience, both their successes and their failures. Don't fear making mistakes. Fear staying ignorant and doing nothing. Kiyosaki often says that every mistake is a learning opportunity. Each failure teaches you a valuable lesson that can make you rich later on. So, invest in your financial education. Read books, listen to podcasts, take courses. Your financial knowledge is the single best asset you will ever own, because no one can ever take it away from you. So to recap and make money start working for you, remember these core principles from Robert Kiyosaki. First, change your mindset from an employee to an investor. Second, focus on building assets, not liabilities. Third, create and grow your passive cash flow. And fourth, never stop learning and growing. As Kiyosaki himself says, it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. The power to change your financial future is in your hands. Start today. Take one small, simple step toward financial freedom. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this valuable, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.